Hey everybody, my name is Kurt Becker. I am the CEO of Archangel Corporate Services, powered by the Kurt Becker Law Firm. This is my law firm. These are my companies that I started about 2 years ago now, and we help entrepreneurs start their business without the hesitation and the fear of failure that a lot of people feel. I know I felt it, and we do it so that they can feel confident to serve their consumers and become profitable as soon as possible in their entrepreneurial journeys. Because I know that for me, went through a lot of trial and error, a lot of issues, a lot of startup headaches, and a lot of people experience those same things. And the purpose of this is to help you cut that time in half at least. So first of all, the feelings that you're probably feeling as you've reached this video or you're at this point is probably the same feelings that I felt when I started this company, and it's probably identical feelings to what our clients feel when they come to us. Many of our clients have gotten the same feelings when they began their journey, the same thing that you're going through. I'm guessing that the pain points you have sound very, very similar to the following. You're probably feeling overwhelmed, right? Overwhelmed because you're realizing in the initial first steps and startup process that there's a ton of things to do, and there's just no way for you to number one, do all of them, and number two, learn how to do everything all in the same day and be able to actually accomplish anything in a reasonable period of time. Obviously, this leads to a massive amount of confusion. That confusion leads to inaction caused by fear of doing something wrong or doing something that would set yourself further back than you would want to be. Of course, that leads to a lack of progress. Lack of progress leads to frustration. Why? Because if you're a type A personality like me, you always feel like you need to be moving forward. You need to be making some sort of progress, some sort of movement, whether it's forwards or backwards. I hate staying in the same place, and I'm sure that you do too. And that frustration obviously leads to a reduced confidence in your own abilities. Business owners, entrepreneurs are the hardest on themselves. I know that's exactly how I am. And that leads us right back to the same overwhelm that you started off with. And only that it's magnified times two this time, because you come to the realization that you're right back where you started and you wasted probably a month at this time. The cycle continues. Does that sound about right? I know that was pretty darn close to the cycle that I went through. So these are the thoughts that really stick out in my mind, that I was thinking about right before I started the company. And honestly, our clients have come to me, and had the same exact thoughts. So I'm guessing yours are probably very similar to these. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and outline each of them, and then I'm gonna go through in each one individually in the next few slides and explain what we are doing with this company, what we're offering, and how we are providing a solution to each one of these thoughts and these problems that everyone who's starting a business for the first time is usually going through. So first thought is, I have an idea, but I don't know if it will work as a business. This is probably in the initial stages where you're taking the first steps, but you're realizing how much there is to do. You're questioning your ability to complete everything or have the capacity to do so. Next thought is the following. This is too much. I don't think I'm smart enough to run or to start and run a business. Again, probably at the very early stages where you're realizing how much there is to do. You need help. You don't know who to ask for help. You don't have the money to hire anyone, and you're starting to question your ability to even analyze the needs of your business. Next thought. Thought number 3. I don't know how to make a business plan to know how much money I need to run my business. This is where you're realizing how much things cost, how expensive it is to actually be in business, and put a business plan together, buy equipment that you need, get software systems, computers, office furniture, desks, computers, monitors, things like that, where you're starting to realize how much those things cost and also how expensive employees can be. Thought number 4, I just don't have the time to do everything required, and no one is interested in helping me. I'm going to tie in that one to the last one here. I need to take a course or get a business degree first. Those last two are very, very dangerous. You're probably getting very close to throwing in the towel. You're questioning your ability. You're ready to bow out and go take a course, because that's the safe route. That's the easy route. That is sort of that's the safety zone to protect your ego, but also feel like you're doing something and feel like you're making progress. But I assure you, you do not need a course. You do not need to get a business degree. The best experience you can get is actual application, real world business experience. I'm going to break down each one and explain how our processes, systems, and what we're offering provide solutions to exactly those. Starting with the first one, I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it'll work as a business. Our clients choose to work with us because they have a business idea that they want to bring to the marketplace, and we help you answer this question by, number one, identifying your target market. This is how you're going to determine if you, in fact, have a valid business that you can operate or start, operate, and sustain. First, identify your market. Who is the type of person? What are the demographics? What's the age, the height, the weight, the gender? What are the specifics of the individual you're going to be selling your product or service? Number two, discover where they are and how to reach them. So where are their eyes? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on YouTube? Are they watching TV during the day? Identify where they are and how to reach them most efficiently and effectively. Number three, understand the needs of your target market. What are their needs? What are their pain points? What are they experiencing day to day that you can help them with? What's a problem they're going through that you can help remove that problem and provide a solution that makes their life easier, whether it be saving them money or saving them time. Number four, position your product or service to satisfy the needs of that target market. I know I kind of just described that in my explanation of number three, but that is a key point in making sure that, number one, you identify and understand the needs so that your target market also feels as if you have been in their shoes. Are you able to resonate with them? Do they relate to you? That is a very key point. And then another point onto that is positioning that product in a way that reaches that person at the time they are experiencing that pain. Next thought is, this is too much. I don't think I'm smart enough to start and run a business. Of course, you feel overwhelmed. Everyone does in the beginning. I know I did. All of our clients, by the time they get to us, they're all in the same place. And I'm sure that's exactly where you are right now. We have done this for hundreds of businesses now. All businesses have the same core needs, and we help you break those down into the following. This is just part of what we offer all of our clients that come to us. When they get to this stage, we are setting up your company, whether it be an LLC or a corporation. We make sure that you end up with a legally formed and compliant company. That usually requires the filing of the articles of organization if it's an LLC, articles of incorporation if it's a corporation. You're going to need a registered agent, an employer identification number or EIN that you'll apply for with the IRS. We handle all of that documentation for you, and by the time everything is finished up with that paperwork, you will have all of those needs filled and be absolutely good to go and fully compliant for that first year of business operations. And in fact, we do keep tabs and make sure that you stay in compliant and you never fall out of compliant. The second thing that every business needs is lead generation. That goes back to my description of identifying your target market, identifying where they are, where their eyes are, where their attention is given, understanding what their needs are, what their pain points are, and their problems that they're experiencing when they're experiencing them, and then putting your product or service in a way that reaches them at the time they are feeling that pain. After lead generation, we need sales. We need a sales process. That means that we need to actually have a sales skill, whether that's you or a sales team that can close those leads as they come in. Otherwise, your marketing dollars will largely be wasted and your cost of acquiring one client drastically increases. Last is fulfillment. This is a very overlooked aspect of that whole process. Fulfillment means we need to make sure we have a process and a system in place to make sure that we can deliver on our promises and deliver what we offered, what we sold, and what we closed on, and that client has a tremendous customer experience. We give you these tools so that you can ensure that you fill them and keep your clients happy and give you the best chance of retaining that client. I don't know how to make a business plan and know how much money I will need to run my business. This is largely talking about a business plan and identifying what human resources you're going to need, equipment needs that you're going to have, out-of-pocket expense or startup expenses, and things that you're going to have to take into account to make sure that you're able to pay your people, pay for the equipment, pay yourself, and not find yourself out of business in the first 3 to 6 months. One of the best characteristics of our service is our comprehensive business planning template with pre-built formulas that are already in place for you to modify and edit as you wish, depending on which type of business you're in, whether you're selling a physical product or a service online. So this will allow you to identify your overhead and ensure that your business is adequately capitalized and able to function, and gives you an idea of how long it's going to take you before you start making money to make sure that you have enough to keep you afloat and get you through to the point where you start to cash flow your business. I just don't have the time to do everything required, and no one is interested in helping me. This is also an area that we pride ourselves on. This is absolutely a true statement. There are not enough hours in the day to do everything that your business requires. Because of this, we help you hire your first virtual assistant that will help you and assist you with administrative tasks like emailing, filing, organization of your drive, and things like that. You need to be spending most of your time on income producing activity, putting together processes and systems that allow you to be as efficient as possible and service as many clients as you possibly can. You will need to learn how to delegate these types of tasks so that you can focus, as I mentioned, on profit driving activities. I need to take a course or get a business degree first. Unfortunately, this is such a common notion and false belief. In fact, so many people waste their time in a business course with their professor that has never started, operated, or even owned a business for that matter. Yet, taking the course seems to provide a false sense of progress when in actuality, there's so much time being wasted. Guys, it's incredible how much time you're actually wasting when you're sitting in a classroom that has absolutely not, you're not learning anything even remotely close to the day-to-day operations of an actual business. Dealing with personalities, communicating with people in positive and negative situations, making sure that the internal operations and your culture are in line, your people are in line, and communication avenues of communication are put in place. You're not going to learn any of that inside of a classroom. There is no experience like hands-on application, which is why we have packaged this offer to ensure that not only do you have the tools, but you also have the initial support to help you be successful. There's going to be a learning curve. It's okay. Everyone goes through it. That's why we have packaged this the way that we have. Number one, we want to decrease the amount of businesses that fail in their first year. Right now, the actual stat, if I recall correctly, is 90% of new businesses fail after the first year. We don't want you to fall into that trap, and this is why, precisely why we have put this program together the way that we have. Here are our main deliverables. This is what we are delivering. This is the main part of our package. As I mentioned, we're going to file your articles of organization, your articles of incorporation if it's a corporation. You're going to need a registered agent. We're providing that free of charge. You're going to get an employer identification number. We'll apply for that with the IRS for you. We'll generate that and keep that in your company package. As I mentioned, we're going to help you hire your first virtual assistant, give you some human resource support and admin support. We use a platform and hire virtual assistants in the Philippines. You can hire them from anywhere from $3 to $5 an hour. They provide incredible value, and I cannot speak highly enough of those individuals. And we'll help you obviously get set up and get them on a system as well. For the first 3 to 6 months, depending on an individual need or basis, you're going to have access to private office hours where, whether it be 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time throughout the week, I'm not sure if that will be the hour or if it'll be another hour, but I'm going to hold private office hours for all of our clients that set up businesses with us under this delivery system. And you'll have access to those private hours, and you can submit a question ahead of time. Give me a topic that you want to discuss, a question that you have, and I will make sure, whether it's me or one of my teammates, one of my legal professionals, will get that question answered during those private office hours. Some of the resources that we're going to provide are pre-built business planning templates, as I mentioned, that have formulas already plugged in and ready for you to modify and edit. You're going to have industry-specific legal document templates. This is incredible. Unbelievable. This is basically your paralegal system, or this is basically your go-to, your right hand, your document production team, all in one place, but you're only going to need it in a document library. So anytime you need to enter into a contract, you need to have a joint venture agreement, a partnership agreement, any document that you could ever imagine needing to operate your business will be in that document library and specific to your industry. You're going to have an operating agreement template where you can fill in the specifics of how you want to, or how you plan to operate your business. So your operating agreement, particularly if it's an LLC, that's just the document that states the internal specifics of your business. So you're going to have a done for you marketing / social media posting schedule. This is going to provide you guidance on the best times of day, the content, the materials that you should be preparing to explain and show on social media what you do, who you are, what your business is about, what you sell, what you have to offer. And this guide will help you stay organized and keep everything in one place, so that when it comes time to getting a social media manager, that social media manager can then be the one that manages this, keeps you on track, make sure that you are producing materials that they can then take and post for you. We're not sure yet about possibly having a web page option, where next we are going to have a web page. Everybody's going to get a web page where you can it'll be a web page that you can kind of tailor to your own branding, the style that you want to have, the color coordination that you want to have, so on and so forth.